On March 30th, 2026, the world received news that many music fans have been praying for. Céline Dion, one of the greatest singers of all time, appeared in a heartfelt announcement on her birthday and revealed that she would be returning to the stage. For years, fans had watched her battle a devastating illness that threatened the very thing that made her famous, her voice. Many wondered if she would ever perform again. But on that special birthday, Celine smiled and shared words that brought hope to millions. She said she was feeling stronger. She was singing again. She was even dancing again. And most importantly, she was preparing to return to the stage. The announcement instantly became global news. For her fans, it was not just another concert announcement. It was the return of a survivor. A woman who had spent decades giving her heart to the world through music. A woman who had experienced unimaginable success, heartbreaking loss, and one of the most difficult health battles of her life.
Even in my most difficult times, you were there for me. You've helped me in ways that I can't even describe, and I'm truly so fortunate to have your support. I've missed you so much. And that brings me back to my birthday, actually. So this year, I'm getting the best gift of my life. I'm getting the chance to see you, to perform for you once again in Paris, beginning in September this year. I'm so happy. I'm so ready to do this. I'm feeling good. I'm strong. I'm feeling excited. Obviously, of course, a little nervous, but most of all, I am grateful to all of you. I can't wait to see you again. Well, happy birthday to me. I love you all, and I'll see you soon.
This is the story of Céline Dion, the story of a girl born into poverty, who became one of the most successful singers in history. The story of a voice that conquered the world. The story of love, sacrifice, grief, courage, and resilience. And the story of how she refused to give up when life seemed determined to silence her forever. Céline Marie Claudette Dion was born on March 30th, 1968, in Charlemagne, Quebec, Canada. She was the youngest of 14 children. Her family was loving but not wealthy. Money was often tight. The Dion household was crowded, noisy, and full of music. Music became the heartbeat of their home. Her parents loved singing. Her brothers and sisters loved singing. Family gatherings often turned into performances. Long before the world knew her name, little Celine was already entertaining people around her. Even as a child, there was something different about her voice. People noticed it immediately. She did not sound like other children. There was power. There was emotion. There was maturity beyond her years. When she sang, people stopped what they were doing and listened. Nobody could have imagined that this little girl from a small Canadian town would one day sell hundreds of millions of records. But the signs were already there. Her talent was impossible to ignore. When Celine was only 12 years old, her mother and brother helped her record a demo song. The recording was sent to a music manager named René Angélil. René listened to the tape. As he listened, he reportedly became emotional. The young girl singing had a voice unlike anything he had heard before. He believed she could become a star. He believed in her so strongly that he reportedly mortgaged his home to help finance her first album. It was a huge risk, but he saw greatness. René became her manager. He guided her career. He protected her talent. And together they began building what would become one of the most remarkable success stories in music history. Throughout her teenage years, Celine became famous in French-speaking Canada. She won competitions. She released albums. She built a loyal audience. But René had bigger dreams. He believed she could conquer the international market. There was only one challenge. She needed to learn English. At the height of her success in French-speaking markets, Celine made a surprising decision. She stepped away from recording to focus on learning English. It was a strategic move. She knew that if she wanted to become an international superstar, she had to communicate with audiences around the world. For months she studied intensely. She practiced constantly. She worked on pronunciation. She worked on confidence. Many artists never successfully cross language barriers. But Celine was determined. Her dedication paid off. Soon she was ready for the next stage of her career. And that next stage would change everything. The 1990s became the decade that transformed Céline Dion into a global phenomenon. Her English-language albums began finding success. Audiences were captivated by her voice. It was powerful. It was emotional. It was unforgettable. Song after song became a hit. She delivered ballads with extraordinary passion. Listeners felt every word she sang. Her concerts attracted huge crowds. Her fan base grew across continents. She was no longer just a Canadian star. She was becoming one of the biggest singers on earth. Awards followed. Recognition followed. Success followed. But even greater achievements were waiting. While her career was rising, something else was happening behind the scenes. Over the years, Celine and René developed deeper feelings for one another. Their relationship attracted attention because of their age difference. But their bond remained strong. They had built years of trust and partnership together. In 1994, they got married. Their wedding became a major event. Fans celebrated their love story. For Celine, René was more than a husband. He was her mentor, her manager, her advisor, and one of her greatest sources of strength. Their marriage would face many challenges over the years, but their connection remained powerful. Then came the song that would define an era, Titanic. The blockbuster film became one of the biggest movies ever made. Its theme song was performed by Céline Dion. The song was called My Heart Will Go On. The moment audiences heard it, something magical happened. The song became a global sensation. Radio stations played it endlessly. Fans bought millions of copies. The song dominated charts worldwide. It won major awards. It became one of the most recognizable songs in music history. Suddenly, Céline Dion was everywhere. She had become a global icon. People who had never heard her music before now knew her name. The success of Titanic elevated her career to extraordinary heights. She was no longer simply a successful singer. She had become a cultural phenomenon. During the late 1990s and early 2000s, Celine enjoyed unprecedented success. Her albums sold millions. Her tours broke records. She became one of the highest-selling female artists ever. Her concerts were known for emotional performances and stunning vocals. Fans traveled from around the world to see her. She seemed unstoppable. Yet success came with pressure. Fame required constant travel, constant performances, constant public attention. Despite everything, she continued working tirelessly. Because music was not simply her career. It was her passion. As her career flourished, Celine made another major decision. She wanted to focus on family. She and René hoped to have children. The journey was not always easy. They faced fertility challenges. But eventually their dreams came true. Their son René Charles was born. Years later they welcomed twin boys Nelson and Eddie. Motherhood became one of the most important parts of her life. She often spoke about how much she loved being a mother. Despite her fame, she worked hard to create normal experiences for her children. Family remained her foundation. Celine made entertainment history when she launched her Las Vegas residency. Many people thought long-term residencies were risky. Some believed they were only for aging performers whose careers were declining. Celine proved everyone wrong. Her residency became a massive success. Fans flew from around the world to watch her. The shows generated enormous revenue. The production was spectacular. The performances were unforgettable. She helped transform Las Vegas entertainment. Many artists later followed the path she helped popularize. The residency became one of the most successful concert engagements ever created. Behind the success, a difficult chapter was unfolding. René Angélil was diagnosed with cancer. The news devastated the family. Celine shifted her priorities. She wanted to spend as much time as possible with her husband. She paused aspects of her career. She became a caregiver. She remained by his side during treatments and recovery efforts. The situation tested their strength, but they faced it together. For years they fought the disease, hoping, praying, believing. Unfortunately, tragedy was approaching. In January 2016, René Angélil passed away. Celine was heartbroken. The man who had discovered her, the man who believed in her before anyone else, the man she loved deeply, was gone. In the months following René's death, Celine turned to music to express the grief that words could not fully capture. One of the most emotional songs of that period was Encore un soir, which means one more night. The song was dedicated to René and reflected her wish for just one more moment with the man she had loved for decades. Every note carried the pain of loss and the enduring love she still felt for her husband. Around the same time, she also recorded Recovering, a deeply personal song about learning how to live again after heartbreak. Through music, Celine shared her sorrow with the world and began the difficult journey toward healing. The emotional weight was enormous. Fans around the world offered support. Many wondered how she would continue, but somehow she found the strength. Through grief, through heartbreak, through tears, she continued moving forward. After René's death, music became both a challenge and a source of healing. Performing was painful because it reminded her of him. Yet music also helped her survive. She continued recording, touring, connecting with fans. Every performance carried emotion. Many audiences noticed her vulnerability. She was no longer only singing songs. She was sharing her pain. And people related to it. Because grief is universal. Years later, Celine launched the Courage World Tour. The title reflected her life. Courage had become essential. She had survived personal loss. She had survived heartbreak. And she was determined to keep going. Fans were excited. The tour began successfully. But soon another challenge appeared. One nobody expected. Celine started experiencing unusual symptoms. Muscle spasms. Physical discomfort. Difficulty performing. The symptoms became increasingly serious. At first, many people did not understand what was happening. Even doctors needed time to fully understand the condition. The problems affected her ability to perform, affected her movement, affected her voice. For a singer whose voice was her life, this was terrifying. Concerts were postponed. Shows were canceled. Fans worried. And eventually the truth became public. In 2022, Celine revealed that she had been diagnosed with stiff person syndrome. The condition is rare. It affects the nervous system. It can cause severe muscle stiffness. It can cause painful spasms. For a performer, the condition can be devastating. Even ordinary movements may become difficult. The diagnosis shocked the world. Many people had never heard of the illness. For Celine, it explained the mysterious symptoms she had been experiencing. But understanding the illness did not make the challenge easier. There is no simple cure. Treatment can be complex. Recovery can be uncertain. Yet she remained determined. As news spread, fans expressed support from around the globe. People who had grown up listening to her music felt heartbroken. Many feared they had already seen her final performance. The illness forced her to cancel shows, cancel plans, and step away from the spotlight. For someone who loved performing, it was painful. She missed her audience. She missed singing. She missed the energy of the stage. Yet she continued fighting. Day after day, therapy after therapy, exercise after exercise, refusing to surrender. And now, after years of heartbreak, loss, and one of the toughest health battles of her life, Céline Dion is preparing to return to the stage this September. The question is, will you be there? Will you be among the thousands of fans witnessing the return of one of the greatest voices in music history? After everything she has endured, this isn't just another concert. It's a celebration of courage. It's a celebration of survival. And it's the beginning of a new chapter in an extraordinary life. Let me know in the comments below. If you had the chance, would you attend Céline Dion's comeback show this September? And what is your favorite Céline Dion song of all time? If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next celebrity biography. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.